Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and I'm so glad you clicked on. Welcome to my April wrap up and my May TBR. I have not done a video like this in so long, and I wasn't going to do an April wrap up, but I didn't want to do a TBR prompt jar thing for May just because I have a lot of books that are in my mental TBR for the month of May. So I already picked all my books out that I really want to get to this month. I did read 12 books in April, a few that I don't own. Guess I'll start with talking about those just so that I don't forget about them, because I tend to do that. In no particular order, I read Lost and Found by Tara Dewitt. This is a arc that I received from NetGalley and I absolutely loved this book. It was a 5-star read for me. I loved the characters, I loved the story, I loved the writing style, the communication, everything was so well written. So that one comes out, I believe, in August. Another one I randomly picked up was What We Did to Survive by Megan Lawley. I read That's Not My Name by that author and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to pick this one up. It's a new release and it was a bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I gave it 3 stars. It was just a bit all over the place. Not all over the place with the plot, but just it was very immature. It felt very young, like arguably middle grade type of read. I did not like any of the characters. I found them all to be kind of infuriating. The end was crazy, I will admit. The little twist, it did get me. I wasn't expecting it, but the lead up to it was just so anticlimactic and I felt like they just kept making stupid decisions and just not thinking at all in any way or manner or capacity. It was an annoying book to read, I'm not gonna lie. So I gave that 3 stars. Probably would have been a 2 if the ending didn't have what it had, but it did, so. And then the last book that I read on my Kindle in April was Trial of the Sun Queen. I don't know if I want to continue that series. I read it on my Kindle because I just wanted something fast and easy, and it was that. It was interesting and I think I want to read the next one, but I did rate it 3 stars. It felt like it was missing something to me and I don't know exactly what it was missing, but it has trials, it's enemies to lovers, it has fae magic, it was kind of dark. Whilst the story was interesting, I don't know if it was grasping enough for me to want to continue. I think there's 5 books in this series. Let me check. There's 4. There's 4 books in the series, so there's a chance that I might pick up the second one. I'm not in any rush to, but it's definitely an option for me. And those are all the books that I read that I don't physically own, but now for the ones that I do physically own. I read We Who Will Die. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It has vampires, it has trials, it has family, trying to save her brothers. So good. I'm really excited to pick up the next book in this series as soon as it comes out. I rated this 4 stars. I had so much fun reading it. I was enthralled in the story. The characters I really enjoyed. I liked the female lead. I just had a really good time. I can definitely see why people enjoyed this one a lot, but yeah, it has fights in an arena, there's vampires. It was very engaging and it kept me on my toes and I just wanted to keep reading, and I believe I read this in 1 or 2 days. I ate it up. I'm really looking forward to the next one. And yeah, I would highly recommend picking up We Who Will Die. I know it was pretty popular recently, so. Next, we have Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand. I thought that this book was okay. It wasn't bad at all. I gave it a 3.5. I really enjoy Ellen Hildebrand's Nantucket books just because of the vibe and the setting, and they're so drama-filled, and there is a missing person in this one, so that was kind of the mystery element that was thrown in here, and it was really fun. I liked what she did with this one. It wasn't my favorite of hers, but I definitely enjoyed it, and I would recommend picking up at any Ellen Hildebrand for the summertime just because it's always fun. Lots of drama, rich people, backstabbing, secrets, lies, betrayals. It's like a reality TV show, but set on a beach, little local small town, Nantucket. Most of them are anyways. Next, I did read another Ellen Hildebrand this month, which normally I wouldn't do, but I wanted to watch the show. I picked up The Perfect Couple. I didn't like this one nearly as much as I've liked any of her other ones. I rated this a 2.5. This one was a murder mystery. And I just found that there to be way too many characters and too much of random information. This is a pretty chunky book for what the plot was, and I just found it to be not cohesive. It didn't have a flow. The timeline that we were given was a little bit chaotic, and the interviews were like thrown in there because obviously it's a murder mystery, so they're interviewing the people. It wasn't bad by any means, and I did enjoy like comparing the book to the show. The show was like so different from this though. It like wasn't similar, I feel like, in any manner. They literally changed the female main character's name. So yeah, nonetheless, this was a 2.5. I wouldn't really recommend this one, but it does have a higher GoodReads rating, so maybe I'm just out of the loop. Next, we have Rise of the Starling. This is the second book to Shield and Sparrows. I really, really loved Shield and Sparrows. That was a 5-star read for me. This was a 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I am really, really excited for the next book to come out. I don't want to talk too much about what this one's about, but Shield and Sparrows is a fantastical fantasy romance. And there's lots of monsters, lots of creatures. It's just a very fun atmospheric vibe as well. And I really enjoy the female lead in this book. I'm interested to see where the male lead goes because we didn't get too much of him in this book, I will say. I'm interested to see if we get more of him in the next one, but I really enjoyed this. It was a 4.5. I love Daphne Perry's writing. I always have. And I'm really glad that she branched out to fantasy because she's doing such a great job with it. Next, I have The Thorn Queen. This is the second book after The Rose Bargain, and I enjoyed this one as well. This was a 4-star read for me. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was a lot darker than the first one. The Rose Bargain was very reminiscent of like Bridgerton, The Cruel Prince, and I feel like it had the fantasy magical elements that like you'd see in Once Upon a Broken Heart. I enjoyed this one. It followed up pretty much right where it ended off on The Rose Bargain, so I had a lot of fun with this one, but I would recommend this series. We have another 5-star read, Starside by Alex Astor. This was so good. I ate this book up. I could not put it down. I enjoyed it so much. I loved the characters and I loved the plot. It's following our female lead. She's a super strong female lead. I really enjoyed her character, and I also enjoyed the male lead. The romance was super slow burn and it was so good. The end of this book, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the next book to come out. I already have it pre-ordered because she already had it written. I'm like, oh my god, that's so exciting. So the next book comes out in November, but this one was so good. Again, this has the like trials type of fantasy vibe. I'm very much into that. I love having trials in my fantasy books. I think it just adds a really cool element. Our female main character is trying to get revenge on the gods because her entire family is basically killed by them. So she's trying to get her revenge by joining this, like, it's like every 50 years there's a competition challenge between so many people, and it was so fun. I would highly recommend picking this one up. The romance is good. The twist at the end is crazy, ends up on a crazy cliffhanger. I'm super excited for the next one. Okay, next we have The Paris Match. This was a 3-star read for me, 2.5-ish. It was okay. I was really excited about this because I really enjoy Kate Clayborne's writing. I read Georgia All Along, I think 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was wholesome, it was sweet, so I was expecting kind of the same thing with this one, and whilst the writing was still good, I did not like these characters at all, and I was not attached to their romance. They're basically the entire story trying to save somebody else's relationship, and that's just not something that I really enjoy because you don't get to focus on the two actual main characters. So this was a 2.5. I also didn't like how quick they were to be like kind of possessive and super defensive for each other. They didn't even know each other, and they were like very, I don't know. It was just interesting. I wasn't a big fan of this one. I wouldn't really recommend picking it up. The cover is really cute and the setting was cute. The Paris vibes were like, the atmosphere that she set was really good. And again, the writing was not the problem. It was just the two main characters I just wasn't vibing with. Next, we have Wild Dark Shore. This was another book that was a little bit disappointing for me. I rated this a 2.5 as well. I found the entire book to be boring up until the last, I believe, 40 or 60 pages. I just wasn't engaged with it, which is upsetting because I really thought I would like this one, but this is a thriller. I wouldn't call it a thriller. I think that they mislabeled this. I guess it'd be more of like a mystery. I was not on the edge of my seat at all the entire book. I was just severely bored, but I can see why people like it because there is an element of like being a parent in here and like the sacrifices you're willing to make for your kids. However, I also found that to be a little bit counterproductive because they're on an island that is basically going under, and he has his 3 kids with him, and this woman mysteriously shows up basically half dead. They save her, and then it just goes from there, and it like sparks a romance, and I just like wasn't vibing with it. I don't know, it kind of threw me off. I didn't like this book, and I wish I did. because so many people do really like that book. And then last but not least, I read Bound, which was the third 5-star read of the month, which is insane. I love this book. I literally ate this book up. This, again, trials. Are we surprised? No. I loved this. It was definitely reminiscent of Hunger Games and Fourth Wing, but make it wolves and insane, with also vampires. This was so good. It was captivating. The writing style was really fun. I could not put it down. If I did put it down, all I was doing was thinking about it. And I've thought about it every single day since I've read it. And I'm currently reading the second book right now and I'm eating it up. The second book is on my May TBR, so I'm having a lot of fun. But this one was so good. I loved the characters and I loved the story and I loved following the wolves and the bonded trials. But it was such a good time. I genuinely highly recommend picking this up if you like books with trials and bonds and animal. If you enjoyed Fourth Wing, you would definitely like this one. I enjoyed Fourth Wing, but I only liked the first book of Fourth Wing. I feel like the second and the third book are just kind of meh to me, but this one, so far, I'm in the second one and it is holding strong. But yeah, those are all of the books that I read in April. And now let's talk a little bit about the books that I have on my May TBR. I'm just gonna run through them really quick. It's not too many books, but I have Into the Blue by Emma Brody. I'm really excited about this one. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm hoping that this is a 5-star read. Fingers crossed. I believe this is like a 2000 vibe. It has actors. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hoping that it's an emotional one because it's quite large. And I've, again, seen nothing but good things about this story, so I'm really excited to jump into this. Then we have The Shippers by Catherine Center. I love Catherine Center. I'm really excited to get into this one. I'm hoping that it is fun and it is a rom-com and we just have a good time. It's pretty short, so I'm hoping to get started on this one relatively soon. And then I'm finally gonna try and read The Bright Years. I have had this book for a little bit and I recently just got her newest release called The Burning Side, and I obviously want to read The Bright Years first. So I'm gonna read this one hopefully this month. That is my goal. We'll see if that happens. As mentioned, Fury Bound is on my TBR. I'm reading it on my Kindle right now. I'm loving it. And then 2 more books that I don't own quite yet, but I really want to read and are high on my TBR is Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. I feel like her writing is just getting better and better with each book that she writes. I did not like Every Summer After and I did not like Meet Me at the Lake, but this summer will be different and One Golden Summer were both really good. I loved those ones, so I'm very excited to see if Our Perfect Storm matches up with those. And then last but not least, we have Dolly All the Time by Annabelle Monaghan. I actually do have the arc to this book, but it also comes out in May. Towards the end of the month. I think it's like May 26th or May 28th or something. So I definitely would like to get the arc done before then, but if I don't, I still want to read the book in May. Maybe it'll be the last book I read in May. Also in a very high fantasy mood, so funny enough, none of the books on my TBR except for Fury Bound are fantasy. So we'll see what I actually accomplish, but that is going to be it for today's video. We will be doing a TBR jar prompt stuff next month for sure, but I just wanted to mood read because that's the vibe. And these are all really highly anticipated new releases that I have on my TBR. Like literally all of them are new releases except for The Bright Years, so I'm really excited. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Diddle-oo!